Let's start by sitting with awareness in our body. Notice what's happening right now in your environment, the space that your body is occupying, the space all around your body as well. Coming into that experience of being in a physical body. We have sensory perceptions, so we notice touch, and we know where we're seated in part by the feeling of pressure along the back of the legs or the back of our shoulders and back. We might feel the contact of our feet on the floor if we're sitting with our feet on the floor. And we have a perception of the air on our skin and the temperature in the room. Take a moment to relax your body with a couple of exhalations. Breathe in deeply, and as you exhale, scan your body from head to toes and let go of any kind of obvious tension or contraction in your body. Allow yourself to relax. Another deep breath in, and then relax again on the exhale. And notice the flow of the breath in your nostrils, how it feels a bit cooler when you breathe in and a bit warmer when you breathe out. And notice how the breath moves the body as well. When we're breathing in, there's a movement in the chest and the lower ribs, the stomach area. Bring your attention to the top of your head. Relax the scalp and your forehead, your eyebrows. Take a moment to really tune into the sensation in the muscles of your forehead. And take about 3 or 4 seconds, slowly raise your eyebrows up. Really smooth, slow movement. And then relax, allow them to release. And notice when we pay attention to the muscles in the forehead, it seems like there's a more subtle relaxation can happen. It's kind of the obvious one. And then when we continue to pay attention, see if you can allow it to soften a bit more. And notice your eyebrows, your eyes, the corners of the eyes, and the deep muscles of the eyes. The flow of the breath in the nose. And then come down into your mouth. Relax the corners of your mouth. And check if you've got a bit of room between your upper jaw and lower jaw. Relax the hinges of the jaw. And come back again to the forehead. Relax the forehead and the eyebrows. Down through the face, the jaw and the hinges of the jaw, and then down into the sides of the neck and the shoulders. Down through the arms and hands. Notice the feeling of energy or sensation in the palms of your hands. And coming back to the face, the forehead, the eyebrows, down through the jaw and the back of the neck into the large muscles of the back. Notice if there's any muscular contraction, and also notice if there's any energetic contraction. It's not uncommon to have a feeling of some kind of need for protection, and there's some kind of energy in the back of our body that does that. So if that's your experience, notice if you can allow that to release a bit. Notice if there's anything in your environment right now that you need to protect yourself from. Just for the next few minutes. See if that could settle just a little bit even. And then bring your attention back again to the top of the head and the forehead, the eyebrows. It's fairly common for us to gather a bit of tension in the forehead. So we'll relax, and then when we come back to it, it's not quite as relaxed. So see if you can just bring your attention there and soften, allow it to release. And down through the front of the face, the throat. Notice if there's any energy or sensation in your throat. And then coming down into the chest, all of those large muscles that cover the rib cage. Keeping your forehead relaxed as you pay attention in the rib cage. The area that's protected by the rib cage, notice if there's any sensation or energy in the interior of that part of the body. And notice where and how the ribs move with the breath. If you take a couple of deeper breaths, notice if the lower ribs come out a bit at the sides, if they expand. And then as you bring yourself into paying attention to the stomach area, notice how that might feel a little bit different. The energy is different in the different parts of our body. There's that feeling of the muscles lengthening and relaxing as you breathe in and out. There might be also a feeling of energy or sensation, maybe images of something in your stomach area. So sometimes an area of our body seems fairly calm and kind of empty. Other times there seems to be lots going on. So whatever it is that's happening today, we're noticing through this scan what's here in our content at the moment, this space that our body is in. What are the sensations? What's happening with the movement, with the muscles? And then bring your attention down into your legs. Notice any sensation in your legs. It could be an overall energy like wanting to move. There could be some urgency to it, or there could just be a feeling of being relaxed and grounded, feet on the floor. We're not looking for a specific experience. We're really just noticing what it is that's present. And then expand your awareness again to include your entire body from head to toes. Noticing what's happening in the forehead, the jaw, back of the neck and shoulders, the stomach area, all the way to the feet. And then bring to mind something that you've been worrying about, something that you might be anxious about, something that feels a bit compulsive in the mind. Your mind just kind of goes there and chews on it a bit. And let yourself pay complete attention to that for a moment. Whatever words are that come up around that, maybe there are images or video clips, some thoughts about something that could happen. And then as you're thinking about that, whatever it is, think about it in as much detail as you can and notice what's happening in your body. Notice if your breath has been affected by the worry. Notice if some parts of your body have tightened up. And then keep the worry in mind, whatever it is in mind, and also at the same time relax your forehead. Notice your eyebrows. Raise your eyebrows up and down a couple of times. And notice the softness of the muscles in the forehead, and at the same time, think about whatever it is that you're worrying about. Notice the words, notice the images. And keep your forehead relaxed. All of those muscles from the middle of the forehead out to the temples. Keep a little bit of focus on relaxing those muscles as you're really focusing on the worry. Whatever it is that you're thinking about. Sometimes we can get quite involved in thinking about, well, what if this happened? And then what's the worst that could happen if that happened? Really let yourself notice what the mind comes up with. All that activity that takes place in behind the forehead, in words and images, and at the same time keeping a bit of an eye on the softness of the muscles of the forehead. Keeping the eyebrows relaxed. Sometimes the eyebrows move in together. If that's the case, bring your eyebrows together, tense your forehead, and then release. Let it all relax. At the same time, noticing those thoughts and pictures. What is the worst that could happen? And how would you deal with that? Notice sensation in the body as well as the thoughts in the mind. And also notice the forehead. Keep part of your attention on your forehead and your eyebrows. And also keep your attention on whatever it is that you're feeling anxious about, that you're afraid of, that you're worrying about. I mean, these things could happen, right? And what are you going to do then? And if that happened, what's the worst thing that could happen next? You notice how mind will bring in pictures and words, and also keep your attention on your forehead. This is an exercise in noticing how the mind works and on keeping the relaxation of the muscles in the forehead and the eyebrows at the same time. In addition to being aware of the forehead, be a little bit aware of your whole body. Notice if energies come up along the back of the neck and shoulders. That's very common. There might be sensations in your head or throat, maybe in your chest or your stomach. Maybe your arms and legs are getting activated like you need to get away. So as you're really tuning into that worry and how it works, notice all of the effects in your body, and at the same time keep your forehead relaxed. Eyebrows from the center of the eyebrows out to the temples, from the eyebrows up to the hairline. Observing the effect of this practice of paying attention to the forehead at the same time as you're paying attention to the worry. And also with the worrying or the anxiety, whatever it is that's causing this reaction in your body, this stress or anxiety or fear, notice that those come up as thoughts, that they come in as words or images. The images could be pictures of something that's actually happened, or they could be video clips. They might be a projection of what could happen in the future. They kind of play on that screen in the mind. That's how the thought process works. And when there's anxiety or fear about something that we're worrying about, then there's a specific type of energy to that. Our bodies have a predictable response to that. And notice again the forehead, the eyebrows, the softness of the muscles. And it's not a problem if tension gets involved again in the forehead. Whenever you notice it, just let that release a bit. See if it's okay to soften all of that muscle in the forehead, all of the subtleties of the muscles in the eyebrows. For that to be here too. And then let go of whatever the thoughts were in the mind. Pay attention now just to the body and the breath for a moment. Noticing the crown of the head and the scalp, the forehead and eyebrows, the eyes. Notice any energy or sensation in the head as well. Notice thoughts, but we're not really going to focus on the thoughts just for a minute. Observe the flow of the breath in the nose as well as down through the back into the throat. Relax all the large muscles of the neck and the back, the arms and the shoulders, the chest and the stomach. Keep your attention focused on your forehead and eyebrows and those muscles that we've been paying attention to. Focus your mind on this flow of the breath in the nostrils for a moment from the eyebrow center to the base of the nose. Let your attention, your awareness flow with the breath for a moment. Keeping this focus of the softness of the eyebrows and the forehead muscles as you breathe. And then open your eyes. And as you do, and you're looking around, keep that awareness of your forehead and of the flow of the breath. Notice what that experience is like with the visual input. And see if you can touch back into the forehead and the muscles of the forehead periodically as you move through the day.